I mean, they disloyal like that. That's what they do.
Yeah, I was like, I brought you here. But anyway, such is life.
If you're 38 years old and you dating somebody, should you call that person your boyfriend?
So at almost 41, I just really feel like I feel like personally, I'm too old to call some grown behind man my boyfriend and you my girl. What is that? I'm too, what a boyfriend, a girlfriend.
It's her boy.
I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know what I'm
Do
gonna
they
call
just
it.
do partners now?
I don't know. How would I know? I think I've been single too long. I don't know what you
Is
call
that
them.
Partners. I have seen a growing in. Look at that ass in the screen. I have seen, and she knew we was talking about her.
Now we in the ceiling. You want to know?
Ass. Oh, now we get angled.
Now she gave us the snatched angle.
Right, okay.
Now we get that waist.
You're going to lose either way, honey. But no, okay. I have seen an increase in the use of partner, and I liken it to the awareness of how people want to be identified as far as their pronouns go. I think once we're saying we want to be either she, her, they, them, etc., I think more people are calling their mates partners, and I think those two kind of happen at the same time. But not for me.
I guess the thing with partner, it doesn't necessarily distinguish, because it's like, are you wanting to deliberately say that you're like dating and not married? Because partner can go for both, right?
But no, I've seen married people say partner, so I
have too.
Yeah, let me.
I don't agree with that.
I have seen that.
Partner. It's not wanting to distinguish whether you're dating or you're married. I am a fan of partner for me in my life because I want a partner. Like, I want to be an equal partner. I want an equal partnership. And for me, you can be dating somebody and y'all just have fun together. A partner is a life partner.
Right.
So it can blur the.
So you do liken partner to something.
What'd you say?
I said, so you do liken partner to something more permanent type, but not necessarily dating. So you wouldn't consider a boyfriend necessarily a partner.
It depends on what they do. I wouldn't say it has to be permanent. I mean, the goal or the movement could be toward being permanent, but it's more about the now to me, including with marriage. It's about what you're providing in each other's lives now, like mutual support. Perhaps you are combining finances. Certainly, I would think you live together. If those things are not happening, like daily emotional support and maybe some combination of some strategic combining of finances, you a boyfriend.
I think
so partner is a more serious step than partner is another.
My partner, if we like go to happy hour sometimes, and
would you call him a boyfriend?
That's a partner. That's not a partner.
Yeah,
that's a partner.
Drop the A, drop the ER.
That's a partner.
A partner. That ain't no partner. That's a partner.
Partner versus partner.
That's a homeboy.
That's a round. That's a homie.
Okay, that's a homeboy. That's a home.
You're right. That's a home. That's a partner.
I really think. I mean, I agree with Mel's definition for her, but I still think it goes the way of how society is choosing to rename or identify things differently and putting more meaning to certain things. I agree with Mel and her perspective on it, but I think for other people, it may not necessarily be directed the same way. I just think people are looking for different ways to define things for more meaning for them, and it could mean different things to different people.
I mean, certainly there's the LGBTQ angle as well, where it's like before any type of marriage equality was passed in any states federally, partner would be used to show that this is someone who's going to be in my life. This is a permanent fixture in my life.
Right.
As opposed to just dating, because, LGBTQ partnerships didn't have that legal possibility. So it's like, you just gotta say boyfriend, girlfriend for life.
But at the same time, if I identify as they, them, you can't call me your girlfriend or wife, because that's to me, that is directly related to she, yeah.
But I mean, long before,
yeah.
the more, I don't know what to say, but I guess like before the prevalence and the knowledge was spread about gender and gender identification, the partner term was used by the LGBTQ.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just to say like,
because they didn't have spouse at the time.
They didn't have spouse, right?
They didn't have a spouse, so legally.
Yeah.
So partner, is that synonymous with spouse? Like, not necessarily.
No, because you don't have to be married.
It's how you choose it. I mean, it's how if I'm saying that somebody is my partner is whatever definition I give it, and it's going to be different to each person that uses it.
I would say for me,
so what are the other words you could
use? Same way, because I was already thinking when we talk about this permanence thing, like the divorce rate is over 50%. So partners is splitting up every day. Partners and spouse.
But then what other words are there outside of like boyfriend, girlfriend?
Ain't none.
I mean, it's what. So there are also people who
just call these motherfuckers bae. Leave it at that.
Okay, well, I called my ex. He was friend of boy because I didn't want to say boy, but you know what? I say book of faces and all that. That's just how I speak sometimes. But I called him friend of boy. Did I have a call?
Who did you call him that to? Is that what you described him as to your friends? Or you just said
I'd be like friend of boy. Or I shortened it as much as I hate initialism. He was also called FOB.
Okay.
But I mean, I've also referred to someone as my man.
I was thinking about my man.
Okay, I can give that.
But I
so
like
I guess I can give it.
My lady.
That
is universally known. That if somebody is your bae, that is probably your man.
No, Althea, that is not true. Just because you call somebody just because you call somebody bae don't make them your man.
Like, because you can say somebody's a bae that you don't even know.
No, ma'am.
Right.
No,
you can say that. You can say a celebrity is your bae.
Right.
Oh Lord.
And that goes along with boo. I done called every one of y'all boo at one point. Hey boo.
Aside from celebrity,
I don't see
if a man is not my man, I am not calling him bae.
I feel like if you say that's the bae.
And then I also don't use that.
And then that's the reason that I actually say, like, anytime I'm typing about him, and I actually do that, I try to do it with all of my family, but I don't necessarily type possession to anybody. Y'all notice 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking about him, I say the bae. I don't own him.
Right.
I think that's also where partner kind of
once we get to the part of where if we get to, saying I do, he'll go from the bae to my bae, because now I got papers tied to that.
The ownership.
All right then. Well, all right then.
I've heard that a lot, the ownership piece too, and I see it, but I mean, I mean, a lot of stuff is semantics, and
it is.
We do have to be careful in how we say things and what language is used nowadays in general. But if I'm referring to my man, well, no, I guess it is ownership, because
for me, it's ownership.
I guess I think it is. It is. I mean, granted, we are not legally binded. However, if me and this person have sat down and discussed that we're in a relationship and where we're trying to go and where we're trying to move, you not for these streets, boo.
Well, I know for me, it's about loyalty. I don't think of it necessarily as ownership, but it's loyalty.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Of trust and loyalty with a person, even like with a friend, you can say somebody is my friend. It's like, they're down for you. It doesn't mean you own them. And I don't mean to discount what Syren is saying either, because I think that ownership piece is very important. But for me, I do want some aspect of like public acknowledgement and claiming mutually before I would even dream of considering you like a partner. I don't know what I would call somebody, really.
You know what? That's funny you said that, Mel, because I actually never called like ex-boyfriend, ex-friend, until he was an ex, I never called him my boyfriend, it was always that person. But if I'm distinguishing them from, I have an ex-fiance, I have an ex-boyfriend, I had, and to distinguish the two. But when we were in a relationship, I didn't call them that, which is, I just thought about that just as you were talking, but I never said, this, I never introduced, this is my boyfriend, I just
they get introduced by their name. Yep.
By his name, yeah.
But that's that old school, Iyanna, because my mom has never ever referred to somebody as my boyfriend. It would be, this is Tiffany's friend.
I was gonna bring up that friend thing. That's an old school Black community thing. Is you and your friend.
But I also didn't say my friend either. I wouldn't.
No, I did. Right. I don't.
Know what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm talking about
that's that mama thing.
Older Black people, and then it always comes with Mr., Miss, and the first name. Have y'all noticed that? This is my friend, Mr. James. This is your grandfather's friend, Miss Martha.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell y'all something real funny, and I don't know how cultural it is or old school or whatever the case is, but it's more so. It's not directly linked to calling somebody your boyfriend or your man or your partner or whatever. But I have a friend who was dating a Black girl from the Dominican Republic, and they were dating for like what seemed like a couple of days, and then next thing I know, they married. Now, I'm sure in my mind the timeline was sped up, but it was definitely less than a year. Mm-hmm. So one day, me and her went out, and I think he was out of town or something. We went to some Caribbean party, and I just asked her because I was really intrigued.
Here you go.
I asked her how the whole thing, started or whatever. And she was basically saying that I asked how they met because she was legit from the Dominican Republic. Like, she didn't move here until he moved her here, and then they got married. So I asked her how they met, and they had mutual friends. Somebody had a party. She had friends here. They met at the party. And so I said, oh, okay, whatever. And so then she went on her own to tell me how everything went. And she basically said that, he kept, calling her, to come visit. And she basically said to him, well, we ain't got but so many days to go on, and I'm going to keep coming to the U.S., so you going to marry me or not? She basically told him in however many short times, man, shit, to get off the pot because you wasting my time. I could be out here dating other motherfuckers that want to marry me. Shit, or get off this pot, and they happily married.
That only works if you want to marry a motherfucker, because
right. And I just ain't came across somebody who was willing to shit. They just want to get off the pot.
But do I want you on my pot?
I mean, I agree, but I guess she saw what she liked, and she just felt like you ain't gonna keep calling for me and sending for me.
I'm just saying, shit or get off the pot has never been more accurately used, because I don't want it. You know what I'm doing? Have y'all ever been talking to I've been trying to date older men, but as soon as they hit me with Miss Mel,
what age are you trying to date? They say Miss Mel.
Define older.
Are they 90?
When I say my age range, but I don't want to say it first because y'all gonna think that's the age I'm talking about. I'm talking about like 43 and up. But
no way.
Mel.
Nobody is saying that.
Goes up to 50. But I'm talking about 43, 45-year-old men saying, hey, Miss, how's your day going?
I have never encountered a man that...
They must be
Nishawne, you're muted. You are very much so muted, and we can't hear a thing that you are saying,
muted.
And I know she got something to add to... Come on, Miss Nishawne.
She was livid over there.
Like, I don't have the same age cap that you have. Like, I will date 48, 49, and never in life have they called me...
No. My age cap is 50. I didn't want to lead with that because I didn't want y'all to think I was talking about only the 50-year-olds.
No.
But still never. Mel, I've never had a man in that age that has ever put Miss in front of my name.
I'm glad. You know what? I think it might have something to do with my name being Mel, and some men have had an issue with it being in their mind too masculine, to be honest.
Oh, you said that. You've mentioned that.
Oh,
I'm like, this has never been
okay.
a thing, Mel. What is that?
Maybe that's what it is.
They're
We're
just
gonna go with that.
That's what I'm gonna start calling boyfriends. I'm gonna start calling them Mr. Charles.
I mean,
well, I will call somebody by Mr. and their last name, but not.
You doing the thing?
Hey,
I don't know.
Mr.
We both let it go,
Charles.
Mr.